Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Shattered. And this is a new thriller from director Luss, Priento, who previously had done film Kidnapped with Halle Berry in it, which is a really fine, streamlined thriller, and was expecting a lot of the same with this film. And, you know, it's 90 minutes, it's a thriller. You have this man played by Cameron Monaghan, who, you know, he's very rich, he has a shaky marriage, and he meets this woman who wanders into his life. She becomes really attached, really involved, and, you know, could she be too good to be true? Maybe. He does have a lot of money. And things turn out to be that she isn't exactly what she was telling him that she was. She turns out to be a lot more nefarious, and things start getting a little sideways. And this kind of film seems like this like Fatal Attraction type thing, and you know, the thrills of it, there's some really solid thrills in the film. I think the biggest thing is right off the bat, Priento is able to build some tension in certain parts of the film, especially its like finale set piece. I thought was pretty interesting and did something a little bit different. And it definitely utilizes high-tech house that Monaghan's Chris has because he's a tech genius, made a ton of money, sold it all off. This film tries to say something about why there's motivations for trying to like steal his money. The attempts at adding that layer of depth and themes I don't think really work so well. I think this film really works when it's just him and Lilly, Krug's character, who's pretty unhinged. You know, she's seductive and sexy and dangerous. And the two of them playing off each other is probably the most interesting part of the film. Monaghan, I don't feel like adds a whole lot to this character. Pretty much a blank slate, not particularly interesting. But Krug adds a lot to this character that is, like, all of her acting choices are big, they're bold, and they work. They make her considerably more interesting in the film. And you know, you have those elements. Some elements that don't really work is like the family background that you have with Monaghan's character, because the actress, Sasha Luss, who plays his wife, is not particularly interesting. So like them interacting with each other, you don't really like feel anything there. And then you have Riley Asha Bateman, who's just adorable as his daughter. She's real cute. I like when she's on screen, but the thing is, it's like, obviously not really too much about her, but the family dynamics are a lot less interesting, and where this film could have spent more time was the more interactions with Monaghan and Krug, because you have John Malkovich who pops up, who's fun as always, but like, did he really need to be here? And then Frank Grillo's here, who just feels like a necessary plot device, and like he just does his Frank Grillo tough guy criminal type thing that he does in so many other films. And there's just too many characters and subplots they're trying to work in here. It would have worked better if it was more streamlined, say like Kidnapped that Priento had done recently, but it does feel bloated, and it doesn't seem like it would be too bloated. It's just the things that are added in are really underdeveloped and don't really add much to the film. But there's definitely predictable beats, and there's some certain narrative choices that are just like a little bit eye-rolly, like really. But in the end, this is just, you know, for most people I think going to be a forgettable thriller. But if you're really into the genre, I think Krug's performance adds enough spice to make it a little bit more interesting. And you know, the final conflict has some interesting elements to it. I thought that was pretty fun. But in the end, this one might not be a winner. But those are my thoughts on Shattered. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.